Philip Lunn here and Christian Braun. We thought we'd make a quick video for you as requested, just a quick overview of Depix and what we're about. The slides, we'll go through the quick slideshow briefly and then give you a quick demo. So we've had lots of people say what we've created is pretty cool. You know, we really focus this on the car designers and the car design process. And so we're all about creativity, control, quality, and security. And the control is essentially design your way, enabling the control of the AI to make it so it'll do exactly what you want to achieve and get some real incredible efficiencies out of seeing visualization come to life. So our tool has three sections. It's a train, generate, and curate. And in these three sections, the training is a very important part, and we'll talk about this a bit more, but that's where you can customize and tune to enhance the base AI model with your images. And this is a very important part of what we do, and it will probably take a little bit of explanation and training for people to get the most out of it, but it's a really very powerful part of what we do. Generate is where you generate lots of ideas and create lots of images and pick a few that you want to continue work on and refine, and that's where you do that in the curate section. You refine your image down to exactly what you want. So here's an example of our mixing images tool. That's where you can take any two images and blend them together. It doesn't have to be two cars. It can be a car and a plane. It can be a car and a texture. It can be a car and a sculpture. It could be an exterior, interior, sculpture, buildings, anything you want to try. Never hurts to try. You can vary the scale by even 1 or 2%, and it will give a different result that might be very pleasing. So it's something to experiment with and just give a lot and try. Style Drive is where you take two images. One is a base image. One is the style driver, and it's a super simple tool. You just drag and drop your images, and it generates a third image. This is very, very powerful for exterior and interior visualization, where you want to apply a colorway, for instance, to the exterior and interior, and can give you lots and lots of ideas very, very quickly. Each image takes about 8 seconds to generate. We have a pro version of this, what we call Style Drive Clay Pro, and this is for visualization of actual physical clay models or alias or CAD models with a single shader on it. So it can figure out exactly where all the bits and pieces are, and within a few seconds get a very well realized visualization of a clay or a CAD model. This is our sketching tool. It's very simple. Again, you can upload any sketch that you've created. You can take a photograph of a sketch on the back of a napkin, bring that in here. You can take any image and convert it to a line drawing, so you can edit it very easily and just modify the lines quickly and then regenerate. And you can choose the regeneration to use any one of your earlier trained models that might be influenced from a series of images that you've collected together. Super simple, easy tool, makes great results. This is our lasso tool, which has been focused very, very clearly on a workflow for visualizing facelifts. And you just quickly grab area with the lasso that you want to modify, and then again you can use different trained models. You've got a number of different inputs you can drive to make modifications, and it's very, very powerful, delivers very nice results. Front or rear or side, it doesn't matter what view you choose. You can get facelifts in any view as well. So an exceptional tool that works very well. This is our HDR lab platform, where you can take an image, any photograph that you have, and you can upload it and generate a matching spherical HDR image, or you can generate your own backplate here and generate a matching spherical HDR image. It's very simple, very easy to use. It's not quite, I guess you'd say, not quite ready yet, because the limitation is on the resolution. It doesn't generate high resolution images, but it will soon. So this is still a bit of a work in progress, but I think you'll find it's a very useful tool as well. So our platform Design Lab is our initial target, and then we're working on Marketing Lab, and Marketing Lab is something where we want to keep the image absolutely perfect, so without any change whatsoever, color, and design, but can change the background and put the car into the background as if it's a beautiful, perfect photograph with shadows and light being modified as well. We're also working on things for the future, which is AI, text to 3D, so generation of a 3D model from text or from an image. And of course, the film. You may have seen some of the stuff that was announced yesterday for movies. This is moving very, very quickly in the general domain, and we're expecting to integrate this as part of our overall package as well. Also working on the AI to the package, being able to either generate images directly to a package or bring some of that data that you have from engineering into the workflow. We've got a great team. Chris and I have both had 20 plus years experience in the automotive sector. I've been focused more on the business side. Chris is more on the design side. And then we have a very excellent technical research team. We have 2 PhDs who are PhDs in AI and machine vision on our team. And we are working with a fantastic group of technical advisors that have been around in this sort of world for a long time. So fantastic technical team behind us. So that's our platform. So now we're going to go into a live demo real quick with Christian.
Yeah, I just would like to show you a Depix Style Drive. So as Philippe told, it's a very simple and nice tool. And I have to just load an image. I will go and load a nice image here. So maybe we start with a sketch of a car. So I will take this sketch of a car and I just load a second image. And then we drive the style with the second image. In this case, it's a photo from a Porsche from the 70s in a road in maybe Italy. And what you will see in some seconds now is like taking between 8 and 10 seconds to generate this image. It gets the style from the second image to the first image. And this is like wonderful because you see directly from a sketch to an image, very quick, very nice. You look at the glass, look about the reflection and the shadow. And so it's very interesting to see. And if you use different image and the next one, maybe you can just do it on and on and on. And this is, for me, from my point of view, a must-have for designers because you can just play around all day long. And the quality which comes out is fantastic. And it also works very nice for interiors. If I go to maybe load an interior sketch, just to show you an interior sketch here, so load it in. And then you will see it works also very nice for interiors. So you can do here from a sketch to an image, from image to a sketch, whatever you want. You can just use without cars or with cars, and you can go in our library. You see then directly if you drive 2 images with the same driver image, you see exterior and the interior, it comes together and you see first ideas, very nice shading. Yeah, and you can also take cars. I mean, that's also possible if you take a car image, like maybe this one from your company here. I found this online. You just load it in, you have the driver, and you will see soon what comes out. It's also working in this case. So you can do whatever you want. You can use also non-automotive stuff, like I'm showing now you is like a texture from the internet here. You're just loading the texture to your car and you get a new result. So Style Drive, a very simple tool, but very nice for designers, and the results are outstanding, and you get this really quick, and this is just fun to use, and you can use it, as I told you, in totally different ways. The last thing I would like to do is to load an old tape drawing here. This is something that designers did some years ago, but it's very interesting to get an image into a tape drawing, and it's very interesting to see. So that's Style Drive for right now. And,
I want to just note here
now to Design Lab.
Chris, I just want to note that Style Drive right now is separate. It's a separate package, and it's in the process of being integrated into the Design Lab package. We have a basic implementation right now, but it's not the same as the standalone. But in a few weeks, we're expecting to have an update that will essentially get the exact same images generated from the external package into the internal one, but give you more control over it as well.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks for the info. Yeah, that's good. So if you're now in Design Lab, we have 3 main areas. As I told before, we have generate, we have curate, and we have train. Here you see our model name. We can name our project. We have our company name here. and log in, log out. And we have here some tabs here, like you have a task status, you see all the tasks. You have your models, your trained models, and you have your project. So you can open up a new project here, like you're used to do projects in every other application. And here right now we are in Curate. We have Control H. We can blend in, blend out these tabs here. And if I blend it in, you see here, I have on the right side my layer stack. So I have a lot of images right now inside. If I go maybe to this one here, because this one is your original image, I loaded in. So I can go here, upload new image, can load this image in. And then if I want to change a part of it, I can just lasso it. So this is our lasso tool, where we can just go in and we can just lasso something. I go in here and just lasso the part here. So you can just lasso with your mouse around this part, and then you can just change it and make different variations. It's a very simple tool, very nice to do. And I did this before, I can show you. I lassoed really underneath of the fender, of the headlights, of the hood. And what's coming out, you see here directly, it's amazing because it gives you a lot of different ideas very quick and very nice. And the whole image stays, just the lasso part will be changed. This is a very attractive tool for really pushing facelifts forward. What we can do also, we can generate images, like I will show you soon, but then we can transform every image into a sketch in our tool, and we can change the sketch again, can add new lines, and then we get new stuff out of it. So you can just come in the flow. You see, I lassoed here again the front part. I did a new front part of this car. I put it with style drive into snow, and you can use style drive here again, and then you sketch again, and then you're just using all the creative tools to define your car, and suddenly you come somewhere else to a really nice graphic sports car here. I did this here, all these images here, and then you can change it again, and you just play around. You can also mix images very nicely. So we have two images which you can mix, and then you get really outstanding good quality. Look at the glares and the shadows and everything.
And when you double click on that image, you can see the images that were mixed, right?
Yeah, right. You see here the images, you mixed it here. I used here in this case, I think it's a Porsche and a Mercedes-Benz. You see also the percentage, how it was mixed, and you see what model was used to train it. And you can download every image all the time. You can put it to the clipboard or delete. And you can go through all the images by using this this tab here to see all the metadata on the right side, which is quite cool because then you know what you did after a while, and then you can look in. And the results are really amazing, cool. Let me see, stuff like this. And then I changed by sketch. I thought maybe it's good to have something like a station wagon out of it. I changed my sketch, really simple, just some lines, and I worked with a lasso tool to make a station wagon out of it, or maybe a coupe or so. And yeah, you can just go in the flow and you just show all the images here I did here. So you can do this in minutes, it doesn't take so long. So you can just look what happens here, if you like it or not. And then again, I went back to my other car. I did like this sportive car here. And this one, I think we did today, Philip. We just changed it, and added some lines.
Yeah,
so I mean,
a good mix, yeah.
If you go in and you want to change maybe this image here, if you go to brush, you can say, okay, I convert it to a sketch. And this is very nice because now the image is converted to a sketch, and then you can start to sketch here very nicely and change and erase and make stuff like this.
Great. I think that's, you might want to just cover the training real quick, just so quick overview. Yeah.
Just here to show that we can erase and add new lines, just to show it.
Yes,
so it's
great
like
idea.
you can do stuff. Yeah, this is about brush. We have mixing images, we have brush, we have style drive, we have lasso, we have background replacement. Very nice tools in Curate. But to make a nice foundation to enhance your AI, you can go to train. And training is very important to define your output. I mean, we have maybe some showcases for it. If I go to my trained models, I see here my trained models. I trained by myself. So the user can train here a model between 1 and 1,000 images. And for example, I go on this model here, I just took some images about drones from the internet, and I thought maybe it will give me some nice shapes and a little bit different feeling to my car generations later on. And you just can try it out. You load in the images, you press a button, train the model, and then it will be trained. And it takes about for 20 to 50 images around 10 minutes to train it. And then you can take it in generation and put on the top of it your generations.
Typically 5 to 30 images is all you need to get quite a bit of influence from the training.
Yeah, and we have all the wonderful thing here. It's a new thing. We have the chance to merge models. So if you train nice models, so maybe you train the model with 100 images of sharp edges, and you train the model with 100 images of soft edges, and then you can just drag over your trained model here and the next trained model here, and then you can merge both. And then you can also tell the system how much percentage which one has of the models, and then you can just press the button merge, and then it will train this merged model for you. This is very nice, and then you can go in generation. Now, if I will now go, but we also can share models. If one user has a nice trained model, he can share it to the next guy, or we can import one and can do new models also.
One of the good applications of training actually is to take photographs of your production vehicle. Maybe you've got a bunch of marketing images, and you can train on those marketing images and generate ideas for new marketing images in any kind of location that you might imagine. So it's a great way to sort of generate lots of creative content that you might give to your agency and say, okay, we want a picture that looks like this, because you've sort of already generated a rough view of what it might look like in a particular scenario.
Yeah, training is very interesting. It takes a while to get used to it, but it's very cool to make some nice generations. So if I go to generate now, this was train button, generate. I see all my images I did before. We made this really nice, just like a library. You can scroll through it. We can close this tab also, just see your images. And you can always click on the image. You get it bigger size. You see all the metadata again. You could also upscale images here 2, 4, 8 times. You see the prompt and all the stuff we have. I used this image like a view generator, and it put it to 100%. This is very important if you, as a designer, want to have always comparable views. Quite interesting, because then you can start to see your front ends in always the same view. It could be also perspective. This is very helpful for designers. We can also, while this is working, going to the next button, and here also we can load again a sketch. So I'm loading here a sketch again. So it's a line drawing. So I'm loading this in here. But you see 4 times the same view here, 4 different versions of the car. And now I will press the button again using my sketch function. And when this is running here, I will change my influence to 100% and press the button again using my sketch function. Now 2 things are stacked up and they're working each other. And we can have a look in the meanwhile on the images. This is the data for us, and we can just go through it and see some cool stuff. Maybe this one is quite nice. I like it. I put it as a favorite section here. And then we get the first results from the sketch here. So you see the sketch here, and because this one has 50% influence, the system has more change available. So it's like, it's doing some cool stuff. It's not keeping real the outlines, but it's doing some cool, nice interpretations of our sketch very quick. And here we have 100%. That means that the perspective and the outline is always the same. It's very interesting to see. So you can play with influence sliders very easily. You can do a lot of stuff. We have a third button here. We can also bring in your own 3D model. Here in this case, it's a default model inside. And then you have, maybe if you're developing an SUV, you have your own really simple generic 3D model, but then you have already the shape much more defined, because then you are more in the SUV world. You can again work with an influence slider and doing stuff like this. This is about generation. Here's about a lot of options for you. You can go
Chris, I want to note that on that 3D model, this is a very early implementation of using an actual 3D model within the generation. We're going to be improving this. Right now, you can load a 3D model, but it needs to be OBJ, STL, I think GTLF, or FBX, and it needs to be less than 8 megabytes. So it needs to be a small model, but it does work, and we're making lots of improvements in this area. So you'll see this getting some enhancement with a future release.
Yeah, this is right. I think this will be really soon coming. Yeah. So I just push the button again. I will now create 4 new images for us, and then we can because I put white inside here, it makes me now white images, which is quite cool. I can also define my color output very nicely. And maybe this one looks really cool. It's very nice perspective. I can just bring over to curate again. And then the system will bring our image to curate. Now we see curate is blue again. And now we can again start to brush, we can start to change the sketch as we showed before. We can use the whole system again, doing very nice stuff. But I want to show you maybe also, let me show you this small part, which is very cool. If I go to lasso and I just lasso the icon here, I don't like it, I just press the button and it takes away this part. So we have this magic eraser inside the tool, which allows us to stay even longer in the tool. And you see it's like, if I click the lasso,
just a little image cleanup thing. When you have a little bit you don't want, it's easy to lasso it and delete it.
But it's very nice working. You see no border, nothing here. It's very nice. yeah, then you are accurate again. Then you can use our tools again. I can go to mixing images, and I can say, okay, this one's more important. I load a second image here inside, and I can just load an image which I would like to see. I don't know, maybe I just take a clay model right now. I just found this one, and then you just do some settings here, press again, mixing images, and you can work here again, mixing images. And while the system is working on this, you can do some other things. You can do, again, doing backend generation, QL train, whatever you want. And that's how you work here in our Depix Design Lab. I think it's a really nice flow. You can back and forth all the time. You can use sketches, you can use images, you can convert everything to a sketch, you can upload new images, whatever you want. And that's, from my point of view, Philip, right now, what we wanted to show.
Great. Anyway, that's it. That's Design Lab, and we look forward to working with you. Yeah, and just know that there's this is evolving very rapidly. We've got a fantastic team working on it, and you know, there will be regular updates if you're willing to install those new updates. So, but we look forward to working with you.